So, the lessons to be learned from the new memoir, In Search of Mr. Darcy. After an award-winning launch in the UK, Christina Ford's tales of lessons learned in the pursuit of happily ever after is now out in Canada. And Christina joins us this morning from London with more. Thanks so much for joining us. I got to tell you, I gobbled up this book in 2 days because I identify so much with what happened to you in this book.
You know what? It's been a tale as old as time, told by a lot of women. So I think I just put the words to a lot of other women's stories. The names may be different, but the tales are similar.
Yes, yes. So let's start off with first Mr. Darcy, for those who don't know who this fictional character is.
Mr. Darcy is what I call the literary Prince Charming. He was the lead hero in Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. And ever since 1995, where BBC did a miniseries starring Colin Firth, I fell in love with Mr. Darcy and Colin Firth, obviously. So he is what I would call the grown-up fairy tale of the wonderful man that women sort of kind of hope for, and he whisks them off to the manor, and yet he's willing to be changed by the love of a good woman. Yeah.
So you have a lot of life experiences. Let's, I don't want to do any spoilers here, but tease readers a bit on what they can expect.
Well, I think what it is, it's the lessons I've learned from the different relationships I've been to through the decades, and whether it is me in my 20s marrying a man I was not quite in love with, or falling in love with an alcoholic and not knowing how to deal with that, or in a lot of cases, a lot of women relate to having a relationship with a narcissist and who are extremely charming and love bombing. And, you know, it's about single parenting, and it's about how you think you've made all the right choices, but one day you just wake up and you stare in the mirror and you think, well, hang on a second, that can't be right. You know, how did I get here? And more importantly, who can I blame? So it really is a tale that I think a lot of people, particularly women, relate to as they go through this journey, you know, about love and life and understanding basically who they are at the core of things.
Mm-hmm. And realizing that Mom was right in a lot of things.
Yes, she was.
So you did this all while having a very successful career. It started out here in North America.
Yes, I'm from Toronto, and I was a producer for 25 years. I owned a production company, and I sort of made the shift when I followed a man to London, England. Spoiler alert, it didn't turn out the way I thought it would. But I've got roots in Hamilton. My sister and my nephew are there, and I had one of the best jobs ever. When I was 19, I would drive out to Hamilton, and they would pay me and some girlfriends to eat and drink at their restaurant for weeks. It was the best job ever in the existence of jobs.
Do you want to shout out what the restaurant is or was?
I don't know if it's still around. The Corkscrew?
Yes.
I don't know if the Corkscrew is still around, but God bless the Corkscrew. Best job ever, Corkscrew.
I remember it. And I got to tell you, every new chapter of your life in this book, I'm like, okay, gonna get it right, gonna get it right. And then it's not you that's getting things wrong. It's just, is it our attitude? Is it the way that we go in thinking, okay, this is gonna be the one?
I think so. I think we go in with certain expectations or needs. I mean, the glorious thing about being a woman now, single, you know, over 50, is the next relationship, if I am in another relationship, is going to be for what it is, that because they add to my life, and I won't need anything from them. I want to be with them. And I think, you know, all the lessons I've learned, the relationships I've been with, they've taught me something about myself, and I think that's what we need to recognize sometimes, is that, you know, that comedy equals time plus tragedy. Well, I think that's a little bit about our lives, and we take what it is, what we've learned, and sometimes it's really difficult when you're in the middle of something that's really heartbreaking for you, but time does heal all wounds, and you look at it and go, okay, well, what have I learned from it? What have I taken from it? In every single relationship, I believe there is something that everyone can look at and go, wow, you know, I'm a stronger person for knowing that, or I have children, or I have, you know, my career, whatever it happens to be. There's a lot of terrific things that can come out of relationships that fail, and just because they fail, it doesn't mean it just allows
it's a growing
the next life to grow.
Okay, Christina Ford, thanks very much, the author of In Search of Mr. Darcy, Lessons Learned in the Pursuit of Happily Ever After.